Hey everyone, Spencer here again with Living Acts 29 Ministries, and today we are continuing with our year in the Word in Luke chapter 14. One Sabbath, when he went in to eat at the house of one of the leading Pharisees, they were watching him closely. There in front of him was a man whose body was swollen with fluid. In response, Jesus asked the law experts and the Pharisees, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath or not?" But they kept silent. He took the man, healed him, and sent him away. And to them he said, "Which of you whose son or ox falls into a well will not immediately pull him out on the Sabbath day?" They could find no answer to these things. He told a parable to those who were invited, when he had noticed how they would choose the best place for themselves. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, don't recline at the best place, because a more distinguished person than you may be invited by your host. The one who invited both of you may come to you and say, "Give up your place to this man," and then in humiliation you will be proceeded to take the lowest place. But when you are invited, go and recline at the lowest place, so that when the one who invited you comes, he will say to you, "Friend, move up higher." You will then be honored in the presence of all the other guests. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and the one who humbles himself will be exalted. He also said to one who had invited him, "When you give a lunch or a dinner, don't invite your friends, your brothers or your sisters or relatives, or your rich neighbors, because they might invite you back, and you would be repaid. On the contrary, when you host a banquet, invite those who are poor, maimed, lame, or blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." When one of those who reclined at the table with him heard these things, he said to him, "Blessed is the one who will eat bread in the kingdom of God." Then he told him, "A man was giving a large banquet and invited many people. At the time of the banquet, he sent his servants to tell those who were invited, 'Come, because everything is now ready.' But without exception, they all began to make excuses. The first one said, 'I have bought a field. I must go see it. I ask that you excuse me.' Another said, 'I have bought 5 yoke of oxen. I am going to try them out. I ask that you excuse me.' And another said, 'I just got married, and therefore I am unable to come.' So the servant came back and reported these things to his master. Then in anger, the master of the house told his servant, 'Go out quickly into the streets and alleys and the city, and bring in here the poor, maimed, blind, and lame.' 'Master,' the servant said, 'what you ordered has already been done. There's still room.' Then the master told the servant, 'Go out into the highways and hedges and make them come in, so that my house may be filled. For I tell you, not one of those people who were invited will enjoy my banquet.' Now great crowds are traveling with him. So he turned and said to him, 'If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father or mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not bear his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, wanting to build a tower, doesn't first sit down and calculate the cost to see if he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, after he has laid the foundation and cannot finish it, all onlookers will ridicule him, saying, 'This man started to build and wasn't able to finish.' And what king going to war against another king will not first sit down and decide if he is able to do with 10,000 to oppose the one who comes against him than with 20,000? If not, while the other is still far off, he sends delegation and asks for terms of peace. In the same way, therefore, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. Now salt is good, but if salt should lose its taste, how will it be made salty? If it isn't fit for the soil, for it is manure it isn't fit for the soil or the manure pile. They throw it out. Let anyone who has ears hear. All right, guys, thanks for coming today. Come back tomorrow for Luke chapter 15. Bye, guys.